This is your WGBW Daily News Roundup for the Talk of Green Bay, 97.9 FM and 1590 AM.
Civic Media News. I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. School is canceled in Mount Horeb, where a would-be school shooter put the community on high alert Wednesday. School Superintendent Steve Salerno credits the community for keeping middle schoolers safe during yesterday's active shooter crisis.
Had it not been for our community stepping up to the plate to help support capital and operational referendums that allowed us to install safety measures, including vestibules, locked front doors, and the like, this could have been a far worse tragedy.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul.
We currently believe that there is no ongoing threat to public safety. But again, this is an ongoing investigation, and we will update the public if any additional threat to safety is discovered.
Law enforcement shot and killed the shooter, who was reported to be a student at the school. Amtrak will start a second passenger train route between St. Paul and Chicago later this month. The Borealis trains begin service on the 21st. The new trains follow the current Empire Builder route between St. Paul and Milwaukee and the Hiawatha stops between Milwaukee and Chicago. There will be 8 stops in Wisconsin. Donald Trump gave an extended defense of his approach to abortion during a campaign rally in Waukesha yesterday. He maintains his true aim is to take the issue away from Washington.
We brought it back into the states where it has to be, and over a period of time that works out, and it's taken a lot of the controversy out, and it's been a good thing. And you also have to remember, as a politician, you also have to get elected.
Some activists say they're disappointed Trump isn't endorsing a nationwide abortion ban. The U.S. House this week passed a bill to remove the gray wolf from the endangered species list. It now goes to the Senate. If the bill becomes law, Wisconsin would bring back its wolf hunting and trapping season. Wisconsin has about 1,000 wolves. Wisconsin's fishing opener is Saturday. The Department of Natural Resources is warning fishers not to recycle their old fishing lines in their regular recycling. Instead, the DNR recommends bagging old fishing line and taking it to a special fishing line collection center. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Now, here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. Elijah Benke announced his run for the 6th Assembly District through a social media post this week. Benke of Oconto originally planned to run in the 4th Assembly District after he was drawn into it with fellow Republican David Steffen of Green Bay. However, he has since changed his mind and will instead run in Assembly District 6 against GOP incumbent Peter Schmidt of Bondwell. The 6th Assembly District includes Pulaski, Shawano, and Clintonville. It also includes Menominee County, parts of Shawano, Brown, and Oconto counties. State Representative David Steffen announces that he is running for re-election in Wisconsin's 4th Assembly District. The Republican has represented the district since 2015, filling 5 terms. He says there's still work to be done to lower taxes and limit government. Fellow Republican incumbent Elijah Benke was drawn into that district, but he indicated he'll move to the 6th Assembly District to seek election there. The 4th District includes Howard and Swamico in Brown County and almost all of Oconto County. Adults without insurance can get free vaccinations at a vaccination clinic on May 15th. Brown County Public Health, the New Community Clinic, Casa Alba Melanie, and Stru's Pharmacy Bay Natural are partnering for the clinic to provide vaccinations for hepatitis A and B, HPV, MMR, Tdap, and varicella, among other vaccinations. Appointments are required. Registration for the clinic closes on Friday. Call 920-448-6400 to schedule an appointment. Green Bay officials and members of the Brown County Tavern League are looking at the possibility of allowing bars and restaurants to remain open longer when the NFL draft comes to the city in 2025. A proposal before the Protection and Policy Committee would allow bars and restaurants to close at 4 a.m. rather than 2 a.m., which is the typical bar closing time. The ability to extend bar hours, however, even temporarily, rests with the state of Wisconsin. Many municipal areas have embraced No Mow May as a way to encourage growth of food for pollinators coming out of hibernation. Julie Mazzolini with the Brown County Beekeepers Association.
No mome is really well intended because we want to remember that our pollinators need early blooming flowers. So by cutting down and removing all the dandelions, we're removing food for them, pollen and nectar.
Check with your local municipality for no mome restrictions or requirements. And that's what you need to know. I'm Lisa Hale, WGBW News.
The Brewers head to Chicago. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers have the day off before facing the Cubs tomorrow at Wrigley Field. Milwaukee with a half-game lead over Chicago. The Brewers' Willie Adames with 3 home runs and 8 RBI in just the last 2 days on how his team is in first place when no one thought they'd be this good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, we always been battling the whole year. We never give up, and I guess that tells you, how good of a team we are. We always playing hard, battling and, just trying to win some games. And for us to bounce back after that Yankees series, I think it was huge. Now going on the road, facing the Cubs, hopefully we can, go there and do the same thing.
NBA Game 6. The Bucks down 3-2 to the Pacers tonight in Indy. Dame and Giannis doubtful again. Chris Middleton asked about the defensive game plan they had in Tuesday night's victory.
I thought it was great. Guys, they were fighting. I was fighting down low, like you said. Bees was, Pat Bev, Pat Connaughton, everybody was. Brooke did a great job, hanging on the perimeter at times. And I thought we played with a lot of pride on the defensive side. That set the tone for us throughout the game.
Doc Rivers on how Chris Middleton has performed.
He's been amazing. Chris was on both ends. Played a lot of minutes. Wanted to stay in. He gave us everything.
That's the Bucks' Doc Rivers. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Here's a Schwaba-mendation about a truly great American. He can juggle, play the banjo, and has made you laugh with stand-up comedy or movies over his long career. I'm talking about, of course, Steve Martin, and highly recommend Apple TV's Steve Martin, a documentary in 2 pieces. It covers Martin's obsession with TV comedy idols as a child all the way through his mega fame as an actor. It's definitely worth a look. So what do you do when you've had multiple sexual assault allegations thrown at you? You put your hair in a man bun and get baptized in the River Thames. At least that's what Russell Brand did. Brand was accused last September of assaulting 4 women over the course of 7 years between 2006 and 2013. The New York Post reports that the 48-year-old father of 3 and former husband to Katy Perry says he is learning from his mistakes and happy to be surrendered to Christ, which, let's be honest, takes less guts than surrendering to authorities. Benson and Stabler still haven't kissed, much to the dismay of fans, but viewers might get their wish. The 2 staples of the Dick Wolf Law & Order franchise have teased fans for the better part of 2 decades regarding their unrequited romance. Mariska Hargitay says they almost kissed on season 24 in an episode of SVU, but the show's producers bailed at the last minute. When the actors saw that there was nothing written kiss-wise in season 25, they were surprised. Chris Maloney's character, Elliot Stabler, left SVU after 12 years. Now he heads up the cast of the show Law & Order Organized Crime, where there has been lots of crossover with SVU. Hargitay says it still might happen, but they want to hold the tension and do what is realistic for the characters, hinting that fans should not give up yet. There's always season 26, or 27, or 42. The show will never end. Jerry Seinfeld is accusing the show Friends of stealing his comedy, and his accusations have made their way into his new movie, Unfrosted. The New York Post reports that the 70-year-old comedian is on the promotion trail for the film which he wrote, directed, and stars in. During the film, the CEO of Pop-Tarts asks Seinfeld if he's familiar with trademark infringement or someone stealing your ideas, to which Seinfeld responds, "You mean like Friends?" Unfrosted also stars Hugh Grant, Amy Schumer, Melissa McCarthy, and Peter Dinklage. Unfrosted hits theaters May 3rd. Speaking of Seinfeld, Michael Richards, or Kramer, hit the red carpet for the first time in 8 years at the Unfrosted premiere earlier this week. Richards has kept a low profile since making racist comments on stage at the Laugh Factory in L.A. in 2006. Richards addresses the incident in a new book he will release in June, which also will include great memories of his time on Seinfeld, and as I understand it, no racist tirades. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 7 to 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be cloudy with scattered showers developing later this morning into this afternoon, and a few thunderstorms by later today into tonight. Rainfall amounts 1/4 to a 1/2 inch possible by the time everything winds down late tonight. 58 will be the high today. Tonight, 49 tomorrow. Partly cloudy and warmer with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Outside now, it's 53.
That's your WGBW Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WGBW.FM.